Hey basketball guys, we have news. Let's go to more news from the Golden State Warriors, but before that, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave a like. The Warriors have a good squad, but there is still one more great player left to become a favorite and return to their successful days in the NBA. Trade suggestion: Warriors sign Giannis Antetokounmpo. Paul Pierce doesn't consider the Golden State Warriors a serious title contender anymore and thinks that can only change if they make one big move. On the Ticket and the Truth podcast, Pierce and Kevin Garnett were discussing Stephen Curry's future when the former stated the Warriors have to trade for Giannis Antetokounmpo to get back near the top. They don't have a championship team, Pierce said. The only way I see Golden State getting back to where they need to get back to is if they could find a way to get Giannis over there. Garnett wondered if Pierce had some sort of inside information about a move being in the works, but he made it clear he did not. Putting Antetokounmpo alongside Curry would certainly make the Warriors a serious title contender. Giannis averaged 30.4 points, 11.5 rebounds, 6.5 assists, 1.2 steals, and 1.1 blocks per game for the Milwaukee Bucks last season. He made the All-NBA first team and finished fourth in voting for MVP. He and Curry, who averaged 26.4 points, 4.5 rebounds, 5.1 assists, 0.7 steals, and 0.4 blocks per game last season, would easily be the best duo in the NBA. The problem, though, is that I don't think the Warriors will be able to put together a good enough package to land Antetokounmpo if he ever asks for a trade. The 8-time All-Star is under contract through the 2027-28 season, for which he has a player option, so he won't be available for pennies on the dollar. The only valuable trade assets the Warriors have apart from Curry are Jonathan Kuminga and Brandon Podziemski. I don't think any package that revolves around those two youngsters and draft picks would be enough to land Antetokounmpo or any other top star in the league. It's why I think the Warriors are somewhat stuck in NBA purgatory now. They are never going to be bad enough to get a top draft pick with Curry on the roster, but at the same time, aren't good enough to compete for titles. Last season was a great example of that, as the Warriors finished with a 46-36 record and missed the playoffs after being beaten by the Sacramento Kings in the play-in tournament. They need to get in another star to push them back near the top, but don't have the means to get one. It would appear that those on the outside aren't the only ones who think that Golden State doesn't have what it takes to contend. According to NBA insider Anthony Slater, the Warriors' front office is aware they don't have a championship-level roster. The key Warriors stakeholders grasp Curry's sustained greatness and, team sources said, there is an internal understanding that his current supporting cast can't be considered a finished product if the 2025 NBA championship is believed to be a reachable goal. The Warriors have brought in the likes of Buddy Hield, DeAnthony Melton, and Kyle Anderson this offseason, and while they are good additions, none of the three really move the needle. You wonder how much longer Curry sticks around if the team is nowhere near title contention. Pierce thinks he will stay regardless, but I think there is a chance he will leave. Warriors Steph Curry on contract extension, it's still about winning. Golden State Warriors star Stephen Curry just received a massive one-year contract extension, a reported $62.6 million, to be exact, and is set to play his entire career with one team. Can the Warriors win anything meaningful again? Curry sure sounds like he is hoping so. It's not different from my perspective, Curry told Marcus Thompson II of The Athletic. You have an appreciation for the position and the opportunity and the support from people who've been with you on the journey. I've always said I wanted to play for one team my whole career. So it's good to get the extension question out of the way and give complete focus to basketball and to the season. Curry will be 39 years old when his contract ends. It is set to expire the same year as that of fellow Warriors champion Draymond Green, in 2026-27. It's still about winning, and taking the steps necessary to give ourselves a chance, Curry told Thompson. The standard hasn't changed. The expectation hasn't changed. The Warriors failed to make the playoffs last season, lost Klay Thompson to the Dallas Mavericks, and acquired Buddy Hield, Kyle Anderson and DeAnthony Melton. Most insiders believe they will have an incredibly difficult time making the playoffs as currently constructed. But the shooting of Curry always gives them a chance. Curry appeared in 74 games this past season. He averaged 26.4 points, 4.5 rebounds and 5.1 assists, while shooting 45% from the field, 40.8% from beyond the arc and 92.3% from the free throw line. The Warriors drafted Curry with the 7th overall pick in the 2009 NBA Draft. Curry, who turns 37 next season, has career averages of 24.8 points, 4.7 rebounds and 6.4 assists. He's won 4 championships, 2 MVPs, 1 Finals MVP and 2 scoring titles.